years of problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm ready intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top of the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm ready intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The third year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Jamal Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Jones. And he rifles one incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, You just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards, the final tally.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones, open target here, Darius Slayton. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. It's Barkley on the counter. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And Adams has it complete. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Montravius Adams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. 61. Matchbox lights. Big grip. Big grip.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Down. 50. Plant.
I'm going to run you over.
Hey, foxtrot. Foxtrot.
On 3rd and 2, Jones in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Zadarius Smith, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. Rosas' kick is good. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. Man open. That's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 7 yards there and a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Rodgers now on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A good spot to throw, and indeed they'll come out with 4 wide receivers here on 2nd and inches.
47 to Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now Jones. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Extra point try now for Crosby. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Packers 14, Giants 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. Open man here, T.J. Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down.
Ready?
First and
10
10
over.
at the 46-yard line.
Jones now on first down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. A season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago when Ingram caught 64 passes. They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
60 Pittsburgh.
Jones throwing on first down. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And down inside the 15 he goes. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now Saquon Barkley. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run the counter. Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
30 base.
Back to throw. Jones. That one caught by Allison. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They come out here in the eye.
50's the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
26.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. DeAndre Baker, the first corner chosen in this year's draft, there to make the play defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
Wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jones throwing again. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Jones now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's Jones. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Finds his tight end Ingram. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Giants on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jones. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You're down on the scoreboard, and this is not what you want to see, 99 yards of field in front of you.
Yeah, and it just shows how important a good punter can be and how that person can really help out a team. Guarantee you his agent can be taking that video clip in on the next contract negotiation, don't you think?
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 22-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Rodgers. He'll get this to Jay Kumaro. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And a Packer 1st down.
Rodgers now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line.
A 28-yard gain. 1st down, Packers.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A 1st down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
50.
319.
Come on. It's out time. It's out time, guys. It's out time.
Get 300. Get 300.
On first down, it's Williams. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10. 7 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw again, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Alec Ogletree. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again.
Ready.
They run the counter. Barkley. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Break.
Pick it up.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Complete to Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the edge.
Blue draw quarters. Defense.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Runs through the contact. Past the 20. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
They're running it. Alert flare. Switch.
This is Gorman. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
At the Packers' 1-yard line.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Tighten up.
Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Jones toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the 3rd quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, I'm just sitting back in my chair. Let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Central West.
Jones off the play fake. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Rodgers to throw once more. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 50, the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Let's go, D, let's go.
On the delay, Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now Rodgers on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Ready up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Shoot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on a big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Let's go now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll run with Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Pull it high.
Slam.
2nd and 2. This complete to Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Jones going to throw again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. The throw over the middle, taken in, and they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down, Green Bay.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
First down, Packers.
319.
Here we go, D.
Inside.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Throwing Jones. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Montravius Adams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for New York. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2.
Check. Check hot route.
Back north.
Rodgers going to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Here we go. 10-2 saw. You better bring it. Say go.
Looking to throw. Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And a Packer first down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Rodgers now to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams, and he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. Second and inches. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Williams. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Green Bay, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10, and they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis.